Well, good morning, people. It's a beautiful morning. It's about 7 o'clock. The sun is shining. There isn't a cloud in the sky. I'm about 10 or 15 minutes in. Just going to clear some of this brush. Heading to my new camp. I'm doing some more work on the super shelter slash fortress slash playhouse slash fun time. Yeah. Might not video much on the way there. Stop to take a break, I'll take a video. It takes a couple hours walking to get there, so I'm gonna get on the move. That's why I don't video that much going there. It's a long walk to get to the woods. And there ain't no easy way around it where I'm to. Sit down and take a little break now. The pond has got quite a few ripples on it. A little bit windy. See. Look at that. It's not too bad though. It's lots of little pockets of shade. The winds are only around 20 kilometers. Past 4 or 5 days we've had a lot of wind. We've had 60, 70 kilometer an hour winds. So I'm interested to see on how that tarp held up that I put up. I just put on some sunscreen on the back of my neck and my ears and that so that I won't get burnt up walking today because the wind is going to keep me cool. But I know that sun is going to give me sunburn. It's always important when you're walking in places like this to have sunscreen and protection from the sun because it will burn you. Even if you're not warm, it will still burn you. First couple of days I ended up with a bad sunburn and it was cold and snowy. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a few minutes now. Well, back at my woods again. The plastic I had up is completely shredded to bits. I can see it from here. All the sticks are gone and everything, but the tarp looks like it held up good. So, let's get in and have a closer look, shall we? Gotta eventually clean this path up. I think I'll come out today and get some of these that are over the path and use them for my my building materials today. Some of them anyway. That plastic is completely shredded. I thought that was going to happen. So maybe I'll work on that today. Look at this. My tarp. Completely gone. Now I just gotta go and pick that all up. Even the sticks are gone. Down a bit too. Again, I only took a couple of breaks coming here, so I can get here a bit quicker. So I am a little warmer. I think what I might do is take this orange tarp, put it right over where my bed is, and start building a wall here out of sticks. Because I'd like to keep this bed area clear, like dry. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll do that first. Now, see, it still has a decent amount of coverage. Doesn't cover the whole thing. The sides are off, but the main bulk of the bed is covered. Please a little bit of tightening up at the top here. That's okay. Now what I might do is put logs, well, I might leave that for now and just leave it just like that until I get the bigger tarp for it. But then I'm going to put logs over top of it. There's some mud. It's okay. But yeah, my next goal is to start work on this side over here. This one. Where I have my little seat. Oops. There's one. Alrighty. Just from right here, where them trees were fell over, I got these 4 decent sized logs. There is still another. There's still another one here that I can clean up and cut up if I need to. Plus, there's some skinnier tops there that I can use. Right now I need to, I see one that's bent and cracked. That's a bit skinny that I can go and get and use for posts for my wall. So that's what I'm going to go and get now. And I'll show you them when I get them. It's this one here, look. See if you can see it. Yeah. See how it's split there and it runs up along that one. Yeah. So I'm just going to go and get that now and cut that up for making a bit of progress. Move this wall up. I am not worried about the holes in it. I'm going to stuff them with moss eventually. Had to put wider ones down on this end and lodge a piece in under the bottom because the ground is kind of sloped. The top level's off. Might not look like it in the video, but it does. Now I think it's time to go out on the path on the way in and start hauling in some of those skinnier trees that I've seen down across the path. Because I'm going to use them to make a rail on top to butt the ends of my sticks up like I did with this one. This here. Got the rail there with them butted up against them. That's what I have to do over here. And then I can start putting on the top pieces. Like I said, I think I'm going to fill this one in completely. I'm going to try to anyway and see how it goes. Hopefully there's lots of, looks like there's lots of skinny dead ones around that I can just chop up and use for it. Said I'm not going all out on big heavy sticks for the roof. I'll tie them on if I got to. I'm not too concerned about that. I got lots of little twine. So instead of using my buck saw today, I bring this. It's a little hand saw. It's been working pretty good thus far for smaller stuff. I still can't do anything big with it. It's only a home handyman. By no means the best saw in the world, but it works better than that buck saw. I'm starting to get somewhere. Yeah, collect another few of these. That's all I'm going to be doing for the next few minutes or so. Just collecting some of them and putting them up. Well, what I got on both sides, it's about half done. That's pretty good. Like I said, I know it's gappy, but I'm not concerned about the gaps. I am going to be using, I am definitely going to be using some a tarp or plastic or something to coat it, to waterproof it, because it's not an all natural build by no means. Oh. Look at that behind me. Okay, see it? Nope, yep, see it there. And there. And up. I think this one's going to come out nice too. I like the way my bed came out. I'll end up moving my bed over on this side. Nah. It's okay there under the tarp now. It's under the tarp, so it's out of the weather. Mostly. Anybody know what that's from? Anyway, probably not. One more comment is kind of hard to pick up, could be from anything. That being said, I think I'll make a cup of tea, and then I'll have a little snack, and I might work on some more sticks for the back of this. either that or I'll start putting some stuff over that tarp to camo it a bit, because it does kind of stand out a bit in the bright orange in the woods. You know what's real great about the whole situation with this fire ban? I took stuff out of my backpack so it will be lighter, so I could come further out, which is here, and do this, make shelters like this to stay in. Once I get my shelter like this to stay in done, I don't need to take as much of the stuff, the bigger, like the big axe and stuff like that with me. Now, that being said, they put the fire ban in place, so all the stuff I took out of my backpack got replaced by this stove and propane tank. It's a small stove and it's a little propane tank, granted, but it's still, it's the extra weight that I took out. I could have took my hammock, swung it up in the trees and relaxed, sat back. Nope, I have to take a stove now. I don't get to light a fire anymore, which is half of the fun in coming into the woods, is lighting a fire. Sitting back, relax, put some sticks on the fire. I'll not do that anymore. Okay, I think when I'm done my snack, I'm going to put my brown tarp that I have on this hair to make a little wind block. Well, sat here being harassed by the wind. So what I've done, just for temporary measures, is this. Doesn't block all of the wind, but it blocks some of it. It's amazing how much that little tarp will block with windage. And you see, it's not half, like it's only 4 by 5 or something like that. 3.5 by 5 by. No, it's not as big as my other one. I'd have to look at the package to see the size on it. I don't remember. But anyway, it's not as big as my orange one. But it'll stop a little bit of the wind for me, so I can sit in some relative peace and have my little snack. I think I might move over on my bench there where there's a little bit of sun, because now that I'm not working, I'm getting a chill, believe it or not. It's a little bit better. I moved my seat over by it, partly in the sun, to get the warmth of the sun. Hold on my other jacket, just to keep the wind out of my back. And now this is my view. I can sit and look at my handiwork. Yeah. Next project for sure is going to be putting up a wall behind me here. And I'll have 3 sides. I got to fill in them corners too, so that'll stop a lot of wind coming through. But right now I'm going to have my snack, a cup of tea, and a little chewy s'more bar. That's my snack for today. For right now anyway. Make some dinner in maybe another couple hours or so. One or two more. It's done. Now, I like the way this one turned out. Right? It's pretty good. But I really love this one. Look at that. I was able to take the really kinked one out of the middle. It's there on the ground. Replace it. Last one I cut down, I got 3 full ones out of it. Now, I might cut that kinked one off and use it for a center support. Just because I already have it, and why not use it? So I cut that off and wedge it in and then tie it, and that should support all of that. I still might have to do a little something with the back side, tying it on wise, because right now they're all just resting on the log. We'll take that as it comes. Alright, I never tied it. This is it here. There's the kink. Cut it off, wedged it in. It's all pretty solid now. Right now I got not much movement on it now. Just gotta tie this end a little bit better than what it's tied, because there's only really one wrap of rope around that and I'm not that happy with that. So I'll tie that up and I'm gonna call this done for today. I might do some work on the corners. Just corner up the spot there. See how it looks. I'll get something to eat. See how it feels then. That's quite a day. Too bad that too bad that little sheet of plastic didn't hold up. The day after I put it up, we had a really big windstorm, and that sheet of plastic I had put up, man, is shredded. It's like somebody took a cheese grater to it. Literally, it's like somebody took a cheese grater to it. There's nothing left of it, little tiny shards of it. There's lots of mosquitoes getting around. That's disappointing, but I'm right next to the pond, so I'm gonna have to expect it a bit. That's all I can do. That little brown tarp, I'm not leaving that up there like that. That's just temporary for today, just to block some of the wind. I'm gonna take that down. I already poked a hole in it though. Look at this. I threw a stick, and instead of going under it, I went in it. It's mine, yep. It's my doing. This is after, look how loose this is after getting. That's just from the wind blowing on it today. I likes to look at that. I gotta straighten up the top. I'll use either the hand saw or I might use my little saw to straighten them off. I'm not worried about that today. I am so happy with this. This is fantastic. The amount of building material that's still left around here is absolutely insane. If I had the tools and the time, I could no problem build a small cabin here out of just the dead wood that's around. Like a cabin. It'd probably be about the size of this shelter I could build in here now. Maybe a little bit smaller. But I could legitimately build a cabin here, no sweat, with the dead wood. Not have to cut down any of the live trees. Well, I'm incredibly happy with the progress that I made today. I never thought I'd get this much of it done this early. So I'm going to take a break from it for a little while. Maybe get a little bite to eat. And I'll take it from there. I have an apple there. I might just have my apple and sit back and relax for a little bit before I do anything else. Like I said, I'm just going to throw some boughs and that over this tarp just so it hides it a bit. And I'm not putting nothing on that new shelter until I get either that orange tarp is going to go over it and then stuff is going to go on it, or a new tarp that I buy, or heavy plastic or something will go over it. Something like that anyway. This is going to be good when it's done. This is going to be good when it's done. Much bigger already than my previous shelters I made. Shelter, canopy, bed on the ground. This is my first shelter I've built in years. Literally years. Last shelter I built, I think, was just like a little, almost like a tent out of boughs with a bough bed, one ridge pole, and one ridge pole tied, and the rest of it was all just held together with the boughs and sticks. When I built that thing, I spent hours collecting boughs off blow down trees, putting on that thing, and I slept in it that night, and it poured, and I never got a bit wet. Not a bit. It was dry as a bone. Everything outside was soaking. I was very impressed with the way it worked out for me. And I believe it was a couple of years later, me and a couple of my friends were down, and it was still there where I had slept in it. And one of the guys went over and I was like, oh yeah, I built that like 2 years ago, and he cut the one string that was on it and the whole thing fell down, and he was like, wasn't built very good. My other friend was like, what are you talking about? One string held up the whole thing for 2 years. What do you mean it wasn't built very good? It was built to last. And it was built to, like, it was, I didn't intend to build it to last, but it lasted a very long time. I was incredibly happy. Incredibly. I'm so happy with the way this came out though. I am. Like I said, I think I'm going to put another bed / bench over there, because I can put up on this end where it's high. I can just put one skinny log like this, and down on this end where it's higher, I can put a couple of logs up, or wedge a log, skinny log in the wall where that gap is. See that gap? I can wedge a log in there and come out, and that can be my 2 sticks for laying all my little ones across. So I might actually, that'll be that could be my next time project, for sure. And then it'll be up higher too, so I'll be able to sit on it. About the height that I'm sitting now on this stack of sticks. This is a beautiful spot though. Most all of that was done with the axe. A little bit with the saw. I never used a machete at all, so next time I come up I'm not taking a machete. Now, I'm rotten. I've got on something to eat. And here I'm making a Mr. Noodles, but I just want to show you this. You see my camp next to the pond, but this is literally just a few feet away. Okay? Have a look. I keep saying this is a really, really beautiful spot. This is why. You can't ask for any better than this. There's nobody around for miles. Look at my shelter from this side. Now that's a good look. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tarp inside the shelter, not string it over it. That way I can throw stuff on top of it. Shrubs, leaves, and there's not really much in the way of what you'd call duff. There's no leafy fallen stuff on the ground. But there's lots of this stuff. Twigs and stuff like that I can throw on the top of it, or I can just leave it looking like the wood. Which is nice looking too. This is turning into quite a camp. I gotta clean up the floor a bit in here. It's a little bit messy. That's okay, it's still under construction. That's my excuse. Yep. I have a little bite to eat now and relax for a little while. Maybe look for some stuff to start the bed. That could be a possibility. It's boiling. Turn it down a little bit. Alrighty, I'll get back with you when I have something to eat. Alright, just for now, I threw all the loose boughs and I took it back there, back on top of this. Yeah. Like I said, it's only temporary. That tarp is going to be coming down. And I'd say that tarp is going to go underneath this right here. And that'll be my rain stop on there. Yeah. Like I said, I just had something to eat. I'm gonna kick back and relax for a little bit now, and if I decide to do any more projects, then I'll get back with you. So peaceful. If it wasn't for the mosquitoes. Here's my basic idea. It's obviously not done yet, but I just got a small log up there to keep it up off the dirt and the ground. I'll put all these down. I'm gonna put a tall side down here, so it's raised up. That will raise it up off of the ground, so that there's nothing, it's not sloped, it'll be nice and level. It'll be good for sleeping on. Obviously I need more logs for it, they need to be cleaned up, and I need the bigger ones, which I might actually take this seat and use for the end and stack it like that and tie it. So that'll be up high enough then. Yeah, I could do that. And then I can run a stick across. Yeah, I'm gonna go try that. Let's see how that works out. Making some mad progress today. This. It's nice to sort of stake these into the ground so it's not going nowhere. It's needs another few sticks in width. Go back and come later. Getting up is always the worst because I don't want to get up. Just lay there for a couple of hours. That low one would be good for putting my tent down. This one's not high enough for my tent, but it's high enough for to go come in and have a sleep out and sleep on it. Another few poles. Another 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 poles, and this will be good. I think I'm going to move the brown tarp over here before I goes. I might do that now actually, just to see how much coverage it actually gets. Because I think that might do for underside of this. And it should cover most all of this here. This is great. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Planes have been flying around me the whole day. Yeah, my next task when I comes up again is probably going to be to fill in this corner and get this as a wall. Attach it from this one to that one. And that way it's I'm all closed in on these 3 sides. Then I'll work on the wall over here. That's probably going to be my next big thing. If I don't start the behind there, which like what I got on here, that's a possibility too. Well, I'm going to take my time on that side, and because I'm happy with these 2 sides that I got done right now. And this is only May. It's the end of May. I still got June, July, August, September, October. I should have a really nice little camp here by the time that's all said and done. This is great. This is not going to go nowhere. Sleep on this, no problem. Like I said, I could have a fire right there in the middle. It's far enough away from the beds. If I put a fire pit here, it's far enough away from both beds that you're not going to get sparks, but it's close enough to both that you get warmth from it, especially if I runs. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I runs a pole, instead of going across to this tree, come over to this tree where I got my table, and it will be more like a triangle with this side open right here. So this would be my way in and out, and my shelter would run this way and then down here. The ground is a lot less lumpy here than it is over there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this tarp down now, and I'm going to strap it up to the bottom of this. And then I'm going to see if that pole is long enough. It might not even be long. That pole there might not even be long enough. I might have to get a new pole. But I'm going to see if that pole is long enough to tie it to that other tree for now. Just for now. Alright, so I took down the other ridge pole. I had to go get a new one, which is fine. Now it's angled in towards my table. See? And I took this other one, I just leaned it here for now. It's not attached to nothing. I might put a post up in the middle of this as well, just for support. That's a very strong piece though, so I don't really need to, but I probably will anyway because it is long. But that gives me some possibilities now for future trips. I'm liking this tarp up here. I can sit in here. I got it pretty tight. It's not bad. My next big project is probably going to be the first shelter that I built. This over here. I might redo the back. Redo the back the way I got this one done. Go and cut down a bunch of poles and put them up. It looks better. It's more stable. I will be able to put that tarp on the inside of it then and string it on good. Same way I got this one done. And it won't stand out so much. Unless you're looking at it from over that way, but nobody was over there looking, so. And of course, when I get my third side up, you won't really see it anyway. Unless you're in the shelter. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit now, have a cup of tea, relax for a bit, enjoy this new bench slash bed seat that I have, and yeah, take it from there. I might head on out a little bit early. I got 40 minutes left on my battery life. I do have a backup camera. It's a small one that I've had before, but there is, see them, mosquitoes getting around, and I don't like those little buggers. I do have bug spray on, but it doesn't seem to be deterring them as much as it should be. I might need some new bug spray, so that'll go on my list. I love this. I love the way this shelter came out. I'm very happy with this. Mosquitoes. Yeah, I'm gonna make a cup of tea now, and that's my plan. I'll see what I'm like after I have a cup of tea. I might piddle around at another bit of stuff. Might get another couple of logs, and I might call it a day because I have a lot of work done today. A lot of work done. I am very happy with what I got done today. I got this whole shelter behind me done. It's all logs. You can see the imprint of them. You can see it from outside anyway. It's all logs, the whole works of it. Not like the first shelter that I built here, the first glide, which is more framework. I'm happy with this. Not as happy as I am with this one. So, yeah, I think I'm going to redo that side completely. Yeah. I was sitting here enjoying the peace till that plane decided to fly over, and he ruined my peace and quiet. Now even all the little birds that were here are gone. He's just circling. Not flying on no straight path. It's a helicopter. Not a plane at all. I don't want to see no helicopters. Down to the bottom. Friggin' flies. Trying to get in my mouth. Trying to get my beard is what they're doing. Oh. Little friggers. Almost ate them. Yum. What a little visitor for today. Those guys have been flying around here all day. It wouldn't surprise me if they got a half a dozen nests around here. It's one of the things when I'm looking up at the trees, I'm looking for birds' nests in that too, because I don't want to chop down a tree with a bird's nest in it. Just makes sense, you know, leave the wildlife alone. I'm not here to disturb them, I'm here to have a bit of fun. So, that's the lesson for today. Leave alone the wildlife. Be a part of their world, don't make their world a part of yours. That makes sense? Made sense in my head. We'll go with that. Well, that's it for another day. Don't forget, like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. What a gorgeous day it's turned out to be. Yes, indeed. A little bit of wind. It's okay. It's not windy like it was. I know I signed off there a little while ago, but this view is worth it. Just sitting on top of a little hill now, overlooking the marsh. The landscapes. There are still pockets of snow around. I thought they'd be all gone. It's almost the end of May. They're not though. They're not in my way though. I've gotten my path pretty well down where I can avoid them. I don't need to go through the snow at all. It's got a whole lot of little spots of stuff on it. I have to clean this when I get home. Look at the sky.